This is Frank Islam, Chairman and CEO of FY Investment Group, and your host of Tonight with Frank Islam. Today, our guest is Nabeel Malik. Nice to see you, and thank you for coming here.
Thanks for having me.
You're most welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and why do you get into this cryptocurrency? And I guess the audience probably do not know much about the cryptocurrency.
Sure.
And that also includes me. So tell me a little bit about yourself and the cryptocurrency and the mining and all the other.
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Nabeel Malik. I'm the CEO of Cryptolitics Inc. We specialize in giving news on the digital currency, ICOs, taxes and compliance, ATM, or any new trends or any new coins that we think are going to make a big splash in the market. It's more knowledge-based. If you want to learn about it, you can just go on our website. Also,
what's your website?
Cryptoliticsinc.com.
Well, makes sense.
Absolutely. And the reason I got involved was last year I was at work. I'm an IT consultant. So I was raised here. I went to George Mason. I'm an IT consultant for the government. And early last year, I saw the price of Bitcoin at 2,000. I started doing reading and research on it. Washington Post did their first article, I believe it was September, when it cracked 3,000 or 2,500. And I started doing research and learning about it and talking about blockchain technology. I started going to tech events.
Blockchain?
Yep.
What's the difference
So,
between blockchain and the
Bitcoin
cryptocurrency?
is an example, the most vivid example of blockchain technology.
Okay.
So blockchain technology basically means it's a computer algorithm. I've given you a set of numbers and letters. It cannot be repeated, and it's a part of the blockchain, and there's a starting point and an ending point. So for example, Bitcoin has 22 million Bitcoins that are going to be mined or created in the world. Then the blockchain ends. So right now we've gone to 15 million. There's 7 million left. But
where do these numbers come from?
it comes from the system, the algorithm system, computer system.
Okay.
So the max are 22 million. So the reason of Bitcoin was, let me give you the history and where it started from. So Satoshi Nakamoto, they say it's a person, it's a team. He always kept himself very anonymous for multiple reasons, right? In 2008, when JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank went bellied up and people's ATM in the United States, first world countries, stopped working and they went to the federal treasury and said, we have no money. This team came up with this idea called Bitcoin. It's a digital currency that's not controlled by any government, corporation, or single entity. It's peer-to-peer distribution. What it means is, tonight you and I go to dinner, right? We spend $200 at Ruth Chris. At the end of the night, you pay a check, and you say, I'll send you Litecoin or Bitcoin tonight. I can send it without half an hour, without a government being involved, without any corporation being involved, without a bank being involved, right? It's my money going to you. So there's no manipulation. Huh?
How do I go
Multiple ways. You
Okay.
can connect your Coinbase is the largest company right now in the country. They had over $1 billion worth of revenue last year, over $1 billion. And you can connect your Bank of America or your local bank account to it, do a regular transfer, the money comes within 7 days. Or you can do a bank wire transfer, pay a $30 fee, and it comes the same hour. Or, let me give you another example. So I have an ATM card. This is a company called, Shift. This is connected to my Coinbase account.
Okay.
It works just like a debit card in your bank account, and I can use the Bitcoin for a cup of coffee or anything I want. So, and then also, how do you validate any currency in the world? The main way you validate it is what you can trade it for, right? So if I have a US dollar, what can I get for it? Anything, right? In America, at least. Bitcoin right now, Dell was the first big major corporation to accept Bitcoin as a currency in 2013. Virgin Atlantic accepts it. Richard Branson's very, very behind it, promoting it.
And
Microsoft.
What's the
Advantages is, especially in third world countries, I'm talking about Zimbabwe or any of the
any African
or Middle East, right?
Middle East.
Or currencies manipulated. For example, Pakistan. I was raised here, so I know the governments have issues and corruption and the military takes over. Would you put your $100,000 life savings into a currency that is not can be manipulated by one person or a government, or something that cannot be manipulated?
Okay.
You see what I mean?
So
Governments can come and go, but Bitcoin will always stick around.
So you keep your money.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's the intent of, that's the easy way to explain to me about the cryptocurrencies.
Absolutely.
Right? What got you in this thing?
I was always very fascinated by technology and revolutions of technology. Like I studied Uber.
Is this a new something?
It's not new. It's been around since 2008. But last year, end of last year, was where CNN did their first interview and it became a little mainstream. Before that, people knew about it, but CNN wouldn't do articles on it, or ABC News local is not going to talk about Bitcoin. But last year was the first year they started speaking about it on a national and international platform.
So that's what fascinated you?
It fascinated me. The technology behind it fascinated me, right? I don't, if I worked 10 years of my life and saved $100,000 or XYZ, why shouldn't I have the ability to keep the money in a place where I know it cannot be manipulated, taken away from me, seized, and I can go anywhere in the world and use it?
But how does the government regulate something? For example?
So SEC is having multiple meetings.
I'm sure
so,
they do.
Yeah. So they had a current meeting where they said, America has always promoted technology. So the United States has not banned Bitcoin or Bitcoin mining. They do promote it. What they do want to start slowly but surely, I guess, regulating is the SEC, the ICO market, initial coin offering. So if somebody has an idea, they want to launch a digital currency, and they have a true technology, they can say, I have 1 million coins that I'm selling for $1 each to raise money to implement my idea. Sure. And I'm giving a 30% discount to my first 1,000 investors.
Okay.
So people, just like IPO, right? Just like stocks, you have an idea, you're gathering money, but here you're gathering money from a digital currency perspective, and the government does want to regulate that.
And who pays the taxes?
Oh, every time you cash out from Coinbase,
so you have to pay the tax.
Capital gain tax, just like stocks.
So that's a 25%.
No, it's 15%.
No. You live in the past.
No, I live in the present.
I
talked to my accountant the other day.
Capital gain is not 15, it's 20% right now.
Depends what your income level's at.
Yeah.
Roughly 15. What I guess tax bracket you fall in.
It's not an ordinary
Yeah.
income.
So say if you buy Bitcoin at 5, you sell it at 10, and you cash it out. If you never cash it out, you still own it,
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
So if you cash it out, you take out 10,
Like
6 months later, just like stocks.
So, okay, so is it possible to do this trading somewhere?
Absolutely. People do day trading all the time, right?
Really?
Yeah, day trading is done in markets that always fluctuate, right? If you have a steady market, nobody's making any money because there's no trading involved. But if it's a market like Bitcoin where the 10 to 20% dip or up is pretty normal within 24 hours, a lot of day traders are making a lot of money. This is the biggest shift in wealth in our modern time. Meaning there's people that had Bitcoin when it was less than $10. They had 100 of them, right? So it's a true shift of wealth, if you really, truly understand it.
What does that mean, true shift of wealth?
Meaning where a group of people or a certain set of people that had no money, that with a new adoption of technology have created it. So Bitcoin at one point was less than $10. If you owned 1,000 of them, 1,000 times $10,000 today.
Where do you get access to owning these things?
Oh, multiple sites, right? So there's Coinbase is the most popular one in America, where you can link your bank account or debit card or whatever you want. And then there's multiple others.
Okay. We'll be right back in a minute.
अब आपका होगा अपना घर, सपना घर। Your dreams can come true. SAI mortgage is key for you. अपना घर खरीदने और रीफाइनेंस करवाने के लिए SAI mortgage से राब्ता करें।
Don't make a move without SCI.
So we are back with my good friend Nabeel. So Nabeel,
Thank you, Frank.
Tell me, how do the people get involved with the digital currencies, and what's the worst part about the cryptocurrency is?
I think the worst part is getting over a couple of fears, right?
Okay, what are those fears?
So traditionally, I grew up, my dad would give me $5 on Monday in high school or middle
Because
school.
you mow the lawn.
Yeah, mow the lawn, or I took
you
out the
did
trash,
something, yeah.
or it's for my lunch, right?
Right.
And it's cash,
$5
it's
is not that
paper.
much money.
Yeah. But back then, you gotta understand, ice cream from the local mart was a quarter.
Yeah, right.
So compared to that, for
Yeah,
$5,
it was a pretty good deal.
it disturbs your infrastructure fundamentals of money, right? Money's always been a paper format. You see it. Digital currency changes that.
You feel it.
Yeah, a lot of people have a very difficult time accepting that fact, right? Just because change is
Accepting what
hard,
fact?
that you can't hold it,
Yeah.
that it's not paper,
Well,
because
this
yeah,
is how you brought up. That's how you
Absolutely,
understand it.
absolutely.
You want to just count your $100 bill.
I agree.
And stack under your pillow.
and then I think any
And
new
don't even put it in the bank.
Yeah. And I think like any new technology, right? May it be Uber, where Uber got sued by every city, county, and state in America at one point. It takes time for people to accept it.
That is true.
And take it out of the thought that this is a scam, right? A scam isn't a $600 billion scam, right? A scam isn't where entire countries are using that currency as their main currency. So I think it's that part. The second part is more mainstream it becomes, like Amazon starts accepting it, Starbucks, and people start using it. I think it's going to become,
So is it like going to be a coupon?
no, it's going to be like a real bank account,
real
right?
bank
It's going to be
account.
like a different bank account. It's never going to replace fiat currency. It's just going to be a second option, right?
So what's the best to buy today and when to invest?
It depends, right? What your goals are, right? Everybody
My goal is to make a lot of money.
in time frame, right? In a
Yeah.
year, in a month, in 6 months, in 10 years. Long term, I would say Bitcoin one day will be 50,000 or 100,000. When we're at the $21 million mark and there's only 1 million left to mine in the world, the price will go up. But there's thousands of coins now, right? So you got to understand every coin has its own technology. Like right now, Coinbase carries 4 main currencies in digital. Bitcoin, which is the grandfather of all digital currency. Bitcoin Cash, its advantage is there's no transaction fee. I can pay you in Bitcoin Cash and 0 transaction fee. There's Litecoin. Charlie is the CEO. Phenomenal coin. They have their Lightning
That's the third
network.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Litecoin. So I can send you that coin and within 5 minutes you'll have it. Bitcoin is 30 to 40 minutes. It's a Lightning network. That's what their technology is.
My goodness,
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool one.
Absolutely. And then Ethereum is another one, which
So
is
now I got it.
yeah.
When do I sell it and make money?
Whenever you think it's the right, some people have
It's like a
thresholds,
stock
right?
is,
Yeah,
right?
so some people say if I double my money, I'm happy. Some people say for 10 years, I'm not gonna look at it. Hopefully it's 100,000, in the next 4 years, and then I can make good money. So it depends what your goals are. And then, the portfolio that you have set up, I would always have Bitcoin in there, Litecoin, Ripple. The Saudi government, their central bank signed a contract with Ripple, which is one of the currencies. So it is
I
new
know. Why
technology.
did they sign it?
Huh?
Why did they think
This
that?
week, this
Oh,
past week.
What are they going to get out
It's a
of it?
technology, right? It's a
technology.
transfer technology that they implement into the banking infrastructure of the country or a private bank.
This is pretty cool stuff.
It is, absolutely.
So how do I become multimillionaire doing something like that?
By spending a lot of time reading and researching, right? So like you have to, like somebody that's new, I would just tell you for a
Okay,
month or
let's
two, just
suppose-
start reading.
Suppose somebody's in Pakistan and they want to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for these guys?
I would tell them to come visit my website every day,
To come, and what's your website?
cryptolitixinc.com.
Okay, so that's the first thing you will do.
Yeah.
What's the second thing?
Second,
The
register
people-
your account through a local exchange.
local exchange.
Pakistan probably has an exchange too. I know India has multiple ones. And
India's a little bit more advanced in this technology.
they're very big into it. India government the other day was talking about they're going to start regulating it. They didn't shut it down, but they are going to regulate it. I think they're working with Singapore and another country to find a way where they can regulate it or tax it somehow.
Well, those are two important things, regulate and tax.
Absolutely.
So do they have something like Security Exchange Commission in India to regulate it?
I think they do. I think they're taking a look into it. I think one of their executives had something to say, and they were saying they were going to start looking into it. And I think all the countries are.
I found. So you said log on to it, to your website, and
Yeah.
then what I do, and then
Just read.
exchange,
Yeah, just
and
read,
then
and
what do you do
then
next.
and then you link your credit card, debit card, or your bank account to the exchange if you want to start investing.
Okay, and where do you invest, and when do you invest? That's not going to come.
That's
from
when
your
you look at
website.
trends, right?
That's what
So you look at
so you gotta be
trends
smart
and what
here.
your goals are, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to hold a coin for a year or longer, I would tell you Litecoin would be a great coin to buy right now.
Litecoin,
Yeah.
that's the good.
Even Bitcoin. If you're going to long-term hold, Bitcoin, I think one day will be, at the end of the year, it's going to be closer to 20,000. The jump it had in the beginning of last year, it was, I think, $1,000.
So sounds like
So
you
1,000 to 10,000 by the end of the year. It hit 19 at one point throughout the year. And this year, I think you'll probably hit 20 by the end of the year, if
So
not
suppose
more.
I got $50,000 in Pakistan.
Yeah.
I did everything you told me.
Yeah.
What I do now after 50,000? So how long do I have to hang on to it before I can make it 100,000, which will be 2 times?
It depends, right?
depends.
6 months to a year, right?
That's a pretty darn good.
Yeah, it is.
You cannot get that kind of a
You can't get that kind of return anywhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including the stock market,
Yeah.
which is doing pretty good these days, but not
Yeah,
for the last
absolutely.
2 days.
Yeah. Average JP Morgan return is 20% a year. A broker gives you 20% a year.
I'm only getting a 5.5%. What are you talking about? Oh, that includes the bond
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and the equity fund and
Absolutely.
so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's really very fascinating, and people in Pakistan probably not aware of that.
Yeah.
Correct, but people in India are aware of that.
Yeah, they are.
What about the mainstream America? Do they know what's going on?
I think if you're involved in technology, you are, especially now since it's been on CNN. It's becoming mainstream. Wall Street Journal's doing articles on it. Washington Post did articles on it. So I think starting end of last year, it has become mainstream.
And how many companies are there, and how many and they're involved in this thing, in this cryptocurrency?
Thousands, right? There's thousands of coins out there, right? Every day there's new coins being implemented where somebody has a technology and they want to, gather investors and I mean people and launch their idea.
Okay. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching.
अब आपका होगा अपना घर, सपना घर।
Your dreams can come true. SAI Mortgage is key for you.
अपना घर खरीदने और रीफाइनेंस करवाने के लिए SAI मॉर्गेज से राब्ता करें।
Don't make a move without SCI.
We're back with Nabeel. So this is your time. You got 5 minutes to talk to the audience, to people in Pakistan, all over the world, to share your ideas, your thoughts, and you got a lot of wonderful ideas about this cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. So knowledge is useless if there's no implementation of it, right?
It's
So
also useless if you don't make any money.
if you don't make any money or you never use it.
Right.
So here's what I want people to do. I know Pakistan has a amount of very smart people that are heavily involved in technology. Start reading about it. Google what Bitcoin is. Google what the market is doing. Try to understand it. Register to an exchange. Talk to your friends about it. So here in DC, I'll tell you how I got involved. About a year and a half ago, I started attending every technology meetup. There's a website called meetup.com. 5 days a week, every day from 6 to 9, I would go to these meetups, ask questions, talk to people, and learn. Knowledge is universal. And with the technology of a computer and internet, anyone can learn anything at any given point in time. I would tell the people, especially the younger generation, start reading, studying about it, talking to your friends about it, create meetup groups, and discuss it. There's a lot of money to be made and a lot of new technology in the next 5 to 10 years based on blockchain technology is going to be implemented throughout every segment of our country. right?
Is there any university in Pakistan that they
I
can
know
teach
a few here. There's global blockchain
So
technology.
can they do online?
Yeah, they can do it online.
So can you give us a little bit idea to Pakistani
Absolutely.
community? And also,
yeah.
how do they get a hold of you?
So I'm on Facebook, Nabeel Malik. If you type in Washington, D.C., my picture with a bunch of miners will be on the back. Even if you follow me. And then if you ever have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook. I usually get back within 24 hours. If you need some help. Huh? I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, cryptolyticsinc.com is on there. I'm on every major social platform there is.
People can get hold of you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people can get hold of you. There's not that many university institutions in Pakistan that teach you, but they can go online and
Absolutely.
give us the point of contact with those online institutions.
There's a few, like we run one here that's called the Global Blockchain.
Global blockchain.
Global Blockchain, Government Blockchain Technology. Okay. What they do is they offer a certification program. It's a 1-week program, and I teach a few classes. Like I'll teach half a day in their 5-day program. What we do is we teach you what digital currency is, what blockchain technology is, how it's being implemented, and what are the impacts, positive or negative. Every new technology in history has positive impacts and negative. Negative for Bitcoin is you can use the money for laundering, or you can use the money to buy XYZ. Same thing's true for the internet. You can play video games online all day or learn how to code and become a developer. So the choice is always the humans, right? The technology is there, the opportunity is there. It just depends on how you use it and how you implement it into your life. Absolutely.
That's what you're saying. Okay, I'm an 19-year-old kid staying in Pakistan. I say, I want to be like Nabeel. How that person is going to be like you? A smart guy, savvy guy, concerned, very, and also wants to be your technologist. Give them a hope and and your heart.
All right, I'll tell you guys the honest truth. Whatever you do in life, whatever business or career you're in, try to find something you're passionate about.
Okay, so passionate.
Yeah.
And
commitment and effort, right?
Okay, effort. But I'm a poor guy, man, living in a slum.
There's no
in
excuses.
Karachi.
So Bill Gates said, if you're born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, that's your fault. The Bitcoin and internet is a global phenomena. You can be in Zimbabwe, Pakistan, Lahore, Delhi, Las Vegas. You can access it from anywhere in the world. And that's the beauty of today's technology.
So I'm a 19-year-old kid living in slums in Karachi.
Yeah.
I have no hope, but you're giving me help.
I'd get a part-time job. I'd get a full-time job.
Well, but there's no job here in Pakistan.
No, he can go move anything. He can go buy bananas wholesale and sell them on the street, right?
But that's
where there's a will, there's a way. Even Karachi has a lot of technology. Like one of our companies I know, we have an off-site office in Karachi. And there's 20 people that work in that office.
Office in Karachi?
Yeah. So there's multiple companies. Go to Upwork.com. They hire. So
spell it for them.
Upwork, UPWORK.com.
Okay.
It's freelance working. So if you learn how to code or learn testing or learn any part of a software development lifecycle, people hire you.
Well, that's a first step. What's
Absolutely.
the second step?
Learn.
Next step. Learn.
Just buy a computer, get the internet, learn how to code. Right now, there's a shortage of developers in the world. Because there's so much software being developed that there's a shortage. Like right now, if you're a good developer, you can make above 6 figures anywhere in the world. Not even just America. You can go to Singapore, Dubai, India. People will pay you good money.
That's a good, but they gotta go to school to learn.
They don't have to go to school. School's the internet. There are free sites where your coding is taught.
Those free sites
you can Google it anywhere, right?
Okay.
I think
So should I
put free, learn how to code for free, or learn Bitcoin for free. Or YouTube has videos on everything in the world, right? So where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, very well said. And I hope that the younger generation, the people who are hope for tomorrow, because you are a millennium, you will carry on.
Absolutely.
And we will be all gone. But you will have the strength and the courage to continue on and to make sure you can provide the hope to the new generation.
Absolutely.
So they could be like you one day.
I agree. Hopefully better.
Better.
Yeah, better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
for
you, Frank.
coming.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. This is Frank Islam wishing you a great week.